Step 1 in this process today is to cut your city out. If you haven't finished your city, you can go ahead and do that. We don't have pens today, so you're going to have to go over again with pencil. Once you've done that, you can start the process I'm about to explain right now. Okay, today we are going to be printing our cityscape. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create our sky. To do that, you're going to put your name on it and turn it over. And what you need for this is yellow and red tempera cakes. And you also need a big paintbrush and water. So now that I'm ready to begin, I'm going to get my paintbrush out of the water and I'm going to rub it on my tempera cake. I'm going to start with yellow. I'm going to rub, rub, rub. The more I rub, the more paint I get off this thing. And I'm going to start painting my sky. Now I don't want to get my paper too wet because when I go to print my cityscape, I don't want my paper to be soaking wet. If it's soaking wet, it's not going to print right. So I'm just going to get my paper wet enough to get paint on it. And I'm going to paint this. Okay, so as you can see, I'm finished with my painting. I'm going to set this aside on my table and it's going to dry. And I'm going to come over here to the counter. And as you can see, I have set up a whole row of printing stations. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to do at these printing stations now. Okay, at my printing station, I need a few things. I need my printing plate that's finished. I need a brayer. This is what we're going to roll our ink on with. I need a pressing plate made of cardboard. And I'm going to be coming around with some ink and a knife to scoop it out with. And what you're going to do is you're going to move this stuff aside or up so that it's all clear off of this thing. And I'm going to scoop out a little bit of ink onto this shiny surface for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the brayer and you're going to try and roll that as flat as you can with the brayer. We're not going to be pressing our plate onto this shiny surface. We're going to be trying to get a coat of ink rolled onto our brayer as smooth as possible so that we can roll our brayer directly onto our ink plate. So I'm just going to start rolling this all over. I might have gotten a little too much. So I really got to get this going smooth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife back. I'm going to scrape a little of this back. And I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to roll this way. I'm going to roll, oops. I'm going to roll this way. I'm going to roll this way. I'm going to keep rolling until I have a nice smooth surface. Okay, so now I'm ready to roll this onto my city. I'm going to try to get it as even as possible on the whole thing. Try not to get this too messy on the counter or on your fingers. You don't want to get that everywhere. I'm trying to get it as even as possible. And once I'm done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back to my table where I have this paper. And I'm also going to take this with me. I'm going to lay this flat. And I'm going to press. I'm going to take this and I'm going to press so that this is going to be in the top half. I don't want it to be in the center. I want to be in the top half. Once it's down, it's down. You can't move it. And then I'm gonna put this on top, and I'm gonna press as hard as I can all around. So I'm gonna give it a nice massage. When you're done with that, you can press this even more to make sure you got all those little corners, but you don't want to press too hard because look, you've got ink on your fingers and it's going to get all on your paper, so be careful. And you can check a corner and start peeling that up, and look, ta-da! And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over and use that extra ink to make a reflection. So watch. I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to do this again. We're going to make a reflection. I'm going to massage it again. Ooh, lifted it up with my paper. Check the corners, make sure you get it all, and then voila! And look how pretty. It's awesome. Have fun with this. If you have any questions, I know it's a lot, just raise your hand and ask.